Elvis Presley fans want the truth. Look at my shadow. Do I look like Elvis in my shadow? But anyway, I love it when we new YouTube channels that help defend Elvis Presley and Lisa Marie and the bloodline of Elvis. This new YouTube channel is going to play some of her clips, and we're hoping that you guys are going to go over and subscribe to this great new channel on YouTube. Check us out on Defending Elvis Presley. We do daily live streams defending Elvis Presley. Hope you enjoy these clips. Thanks, guys.
Wallpaper I do remember very well. It's been replicated perfectly. It still is upstairs in my nursery as we speak, but it's a little run down, so they had to, find it, get it copied, get it remade. So this is an exact, as close as can be replica of the nursery that's still on the top floor of Graceland. So here we have the infamous faux fake fur that I had. Everyone thought I was so luxurious as a child, and it is. It's fake. And it's there, and then here's the record player, my first record player, which I hadn't seen since yesterday, since I was tiny. I just remember being, having it in the middle of the floor and playing records.
Now, show my little daughter, Lisa. She's 6 years old. Look at her jump up. Look at your dress down, Lisa. You pull your dress down where you jump up like that again, young lady.
So who is the dad you remember?
Just a very special guy. I remember him as my dad, but he was a very exciting dad.
You talked about his coming down the stairs with jewels.
Chains. Yeah, and he'd sing all the time.
Did he want you to sing? Did you ever?
Oh, yeah. He'd always wake me up to sing in the middle of the night, get on the table and sing.
Yeah. So what was his schedule that you would keep?
4 a.m., sleep, go to bed, 4 or 5, get up at 2, 3 in the afternoon. That was only when I was with him. When I was with my mom, she flipped me around into a very rigorous normal average childhood schedule.
She's so fine.
He was very protective, very adoring, very watchful, and I knew that I was loved. There's no question about that. It's not something that is easy to come by, obviously, but it was very apparent to me. And it was very mutual. I was in his bathroom upstairs at Graceland, and he caught me, I think I was lip syncing in the mirror. I think I was 2. Not so necessarily aware of who he was, but just in my own world, singing with a microphone in front of the mirror. And anyway, I'm sure he got a huge kick out of it, and I don't know how long he was actually watching me. But never embarrassed me, never said anything. And then I think he was getting other people to come watch as well. The only person who could get me in the bathtub was my father. He's the one that would have to actually put me in and make me. I wouldn't argue with him, ever. There was no schedule, there was no time at Graceland, no rules. It was almost like this fun house that no matter what you did, no matter what you destroyed, no matter what you threw, no matter what broke, it would somehow miraculously get replaced within 24 hours. And it was quite the lively home. The basement was always a room, for whatever reason, for mayhem. And I would transform when I would go down the stairs, and I don't know why, just throwing things down there and, getting into trouble. And he would do similar things down there. He'd get mischievous, as always. My father decided to give me a pony. She was very small, so he put me on her outside, and then he takes her and through the back door and in the house. He was worried that Dodger, the grandmother, was going to hear this and was going to freak out, and all of a sudden the horse decides to, relieve himself. and not in a pretty way. On a carpet. Everyone had horses and golf carts. One person would get on, and then everyone would get on, and then it would be like, you know, like a convoy of golf carts. It was always crazy. I also led the convoy when I got old enough to hit the pedal. I had about 5 friends up there, and then some cousins. So we'd all sort of congregate when I'd come to town, and everyone would get a golf cart, which was a nightmare. I fired people, yeah. Apparently I did. I could decapitate a golf cart. I could take the hood off by running under a tree. I could go through the fence and it would get fixed within 3 days. Like, if it wasn't me, you know, running the golf cart through a tree or through the forest or through a fence, it was my father. He would rent out Liberty Land and we would stay there all night riding roller coasters over and over and over and over all night long. The roller coaster would go up to the highest point and then he would get out of it and make everybody panic thinking that he fell off. He would be sitting somewhere on the roller coaster. When you'd get in a car with him when he was behind the wheel, this could be your last minute. Same thing with the plane. All of a sudden, the captain would come on out and please fasten your seatbelt because he was going to land the plane. And it was just like everybody would stick their head between their knees, hide or something, you know, bury themselves in the seat. It was just like one of those, oh, good God moments. He always liked the danger, I'll say. That he used to have a police light, a blue siren, and he'd carry it around in his car. And then he would chase after people who were speeding. No. Then he would wait. He would chase them down and get out of the car, walk up to the window, and say, you know, son, you're going too fast. Why don't you slow down? And then go back and get in the car and take off, laughing hysterically.
They must be flipping out that Elvis did that to him.
That's part of the kick.
Between he and Dennis Quaid, Dennis could be right next to him in the car. Slow down, fella.
Any conversations with your father?
Oh, yeah. Lots of, you know, I remember lots of conversations. I mean, you know, he and I spent a lot of time together. I'm upstairs. Upper part of Graceland is basically his room and my room. So we spent a lot of time together up there because there wasn't anything else going on. And that's when I got to really, you know, be with him. He'd set up a little chair in my room and a TV.
Hi, guys.
Be in my room a lot.
Now, was he like a really strict dad, or did you hang out and just have fun together?
He was not strict at all.
Right, let's get organised.
Did you get away with murder with him?
I did. I knew because you know, when he would sleep all day, and so I pretty much, me and my friends had the run of Graceland.
Which is wrong. That's what happened.
Yeah, he slept all day and up at night. So I knew that no one was going to tell me what to do because they would get fired. I was truthfully a terror, to be honest. And I'm not something I'm not proud of particularly, but it was, my mom was completely the opposite. She was really strict. So it was very confusing when I'd have to go, you know, back and forth between the two.
Love it, guys. I'm just going to quickly pause it. There's only a couple of minutes left. There's only about a minute left. Now, I'm purposely promoting this YouTube channel, which to me is like a Lisa Marie Presley defender. It's a very small channel. I think quite a new channel. I'll tell you the name at the end of this last little clip. I love the way that she has, I'm guessing it's a she, that she has pieced these clips together, and there's some editorial there. I just really I've stumbled on this, and I was just quite impressed with it. I love it when I stumble on defending Elvis YouTube channels. It really does. It strikes a note with me, especially when they're new. The new ones that are sort of still have that newness of passion, where they just feel pulled to defend Lisa. Especially now with the allegations of this book. I just think I like it. We'll talk about this channel in a minute. And I did notice that Elvis Police has just released a little clip of Bob Joyce, proving that Bob Joyce isn't Elvis. Do you want me to play that for you? And good morning to everyone. Good morning. You got notifications. This is a good thing.
Starting out very dark, and I said to him, please, you're not going to die, or you don't die. I didn't know then what was going on, so I wish I had. You know, I didn't have any clue what was really happening. I just thought, he's not happy. My God, what's going on? He was, I remember seeing his stomach and worried to death over that. It hurts me. There were several times where I would just feel worried and go check on him, and I'd find him in these bad states out of nowhere. He would just start falling, and I'd have to go around and catch him, and he was about 6'2" and quite heavy, and I'm holding him up. It was just starting to become too. He was not happy. He was in such an ivory tower and so untouchable and so alienated. After a while, he held the reins on the cart for as long as he could, and then he could no longer withstand that. It's not easy. I don't know a lot of people that have pulled it off that haven't gone to self-destruction. I don't like talking about this. It was August 16th at 4 a.m. I was supposed to be asleep, actually. He found me and, go to bed. And I said, okay. And I think he kissed me goodnight, and I ran off, and he had come in and kissed me goodnight after that. That was the last time I saw him alive. His body was in the house for 3 days, and there was something very oddly comforting about that, which made it not necessarily real for me, as I stayed in there with it almost the whole time. We can stop.
Oh.
Elvis's death this afternoon was swift and unexpected, as Mason Granger reported.
Elvis Presley died
Hi,
at
Helen.
3:30 this afternoon. He had been found in his bathroom, unconscious, not breathing, was brought to the hospital by ambulance. Efforts to revive him in the ambulance and efforts to revive him here at the hospital were unsuccessful, and Elvis was declared dead at 3:30. He had probably died earlier in the day, sometime between 9 and 2:30, doctors say.
Okay. Right, okay, SK, but SK, I will forget, so you're going to have to remind me. Now, I want to just say good morning to everyone. It does seem like the notifications have worked. Let me just shut the door, because otherwise I'm going to freeze. Okay, we're in. So the only person home with me at the moment is my daughter, Talia, who is 18. So she may come in behind me, start making some dinner, banging around. And so I'm warning you of that. Actually, I want to put some more hot water in my coffee. This is going to be a long live stream, guys. It is. I'm not going to lie to you. We've got a few things we're going to go over. All right, let me just warm this. I'm just going to tell my daughter not to know that I'm live. Okay. All right, let the dog in. Come on, doggy. So, in you come. Come on. Right. Ugh. Right. Whew. It takes me a little while to get into the swing of things. It's going to be a long live stream, guys. We're going to be here a while. I hope you got yourselves a cup of tea or a coffee, because I'm not going to rush through this. The reason I played that particular, God, the dog. Right, come on. What's the matter? The reason I played that video is because if I ever stumble on a YouTube channel and it defends Elvis or Lisa Marie or the bloodline, it definitely gets my attention. I wasn't looking for it. So let me get it up. Did you enjoy that video, the way that it had been pieced together? I take no credit for it. That video, let me get it up. Let's have a look. Let's get it up. As you can see, I'm very organized. The channel is called, if I can find it, hang on a minute. So, are you enjoying your coffees, guys?
Guys, it's Louis at Defending Elvis Presley.
Right, let's turn this down.
Look at my shadow. Do I look like Elvis in my shadow? And the new channel.
Right, so the channel is called Her Story Project. Let me pause it. Let's get it up. Her Story Project. Now, I don't know who it is. I did let them know that we were going to review their channel and give their channel a boost. I think that we have grown enough here on Defending Elvis Presley, Fans Want the Truth, to help small channels. Now, me, when I started out, guys, I needed some help. I was very small, and any help that I got was really appreciated, really appreciated. Because when I was a very small channel, when Team Elvis were very small, growing, any help was really appreciated. Most of the help I got was from you guys, Team Elvis. So, you know, we've done it for Angie's Tea and Tarot, which I really enjoy watching Angie's channel. I watched it last night. I watched her last live, and I enjoyed it. It was good. Now, this morning, guys, did you watch Shauna's video, Tenderly Loving Elvis? Brilliant. She's got some strong views. We know her views on Elvis's so-called other children, like Lucy. Yeah. You know, with no DNA proof, we know what Shauna's views are. Did you guys watch Presley Mania? She was talking a lot about Lisa Marie and Scientology. I found that very interesting. So I've had a busy morning, guys, listening to other people's other YouTube channels, other Elvis defenders, because Shauna and Rhonda are Elvis defenders. Elvis and Lisa Marie defenders. They are, clearly. So let me just get this channel up. I'm going to try. So we got... I'm trying to find this channel. It's typical. I want to promote this channel, and I can't bloody find it. Let's have a look. I will get it. I will get it. I will get it. And then I can try and read some of your comments as well. So I went to the carnival last night. Let's have a look. Come on, it's hiding from me. This is right. Let me just. I'll have a swig of my coffee while I look. I'll tell you. I think what I'm going to do is let's have a look. It's typical. It's not coming up. It's being nasty to me. Abracadabra. Let's see if magic works. Maybe she's deleted it. All right, I found it. Right, so this is the name of the channel. Her Story Project. Let's just try and get it to focus. It will. It usually does at some point. There we go. Her Story Project. Her Story Project. Please subscribe to it. It's only done... Let's have a look. It's only done 4 videos. All of them, I think, are really good. Let's have a look. Let's just have a look again a bit more. Let's see if there's a bit of a write-up about it. So we can, Lisa Marie's Presley's docu-series YouTube channel. We want to share our research with checked information. We want to show who she was and that there was more in her than just being Elvis Presley's daughter. Okay, that's fine. It looks to me like they're on Instagram and Twitter. I wonder if it will let me see that. There we are. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's go a bit closer. Her Story Project. And on there, I'm just going to follow that. Right, let's follow that. So actually, when you go on there, you've got some very interesting pictures. Let's show you them. Come on, autofocus, speed up. Let's go. If we go, maybe if we go a bit closer, it likes it. No, it doesn't. It's because it's focusing on me. But let's just look at them. So it shows that it's generally, but there's one there. All right, it's focusing better. One like when it's next to me. Let's have another one. We've all seen this one, haven't we? We've seen this one in color. I just like the fact that somebody has taken the time to defend Lisa. That's how I see it. Now let's go. Because a lot of people talk about Elvis, but we want to talk at the moment, because of the book From Here to the Great Unknown, because of the allegations with Michael Edwards, I think it's important that we concentrate quite a lot on Lisa at the moment. This is just my views, guys. Right, let me just quickly check your comments. Now, let's have a look. Let's get your comments in. Otherwise, we're never going to... Yep, the notifications worked. We'll chuff with that. Diana, you enjoyed it, yes? Let's have a look. So, loved hearing Lisa talking about Elvis pulling people over for speeding and telling them to slow down and then driving off laughing. Elvis had the legal authority to do that and did it in the coolest way. Yep, he sure did. And we've actually done a few videos on Elvis and the legal, how have you worded it? The legal authority that he had, and it's very, very, very interesting. Let's have a look. Yeah, the whole Lucy thing. Yeah, it's big news at the moment. Some people are actually quite upset with rare Elvis photos, because he does seem to believe it all, doesn't he? I think. Am I right in saying that Joe believes it all? I want to do more research before I comment properly on it. So I can have a look. Where are we? Right, EP fan forever. I absolutely love our Rhonda. She goes deep, and Elvis knows people to get actual court documents and lets us know. Yeah, love it. She's brilliant. She's brilliant. I class myself very different than Rhonda, because I think we are we get together, we have a chat. Yeah, that's how I see our channel. We get together, we have a chat. I don't take it too seriously most of the time, not always. I hardly ever get serious, I think. I don't know. Sometimes I do, don't I? I don't know. I do actually. I do get serious if I'm a bit, what's the word? If I feel a bit challenged by something, I'm like, no. I will sort of dig my heels in. I do sometimes, I suppose. If I could add them privately, direct. All right, okay. So Angel's talking about her song. Yeah, there is a problem with Angel's song because YouTube don't let us play music. They've already deleted it off my videos. So Angel, just so you know, it's not me deleting them. It's YouTube. All defending channels play an important role collective. Yes. Linda, we're going to read your thing today. Linda, you are on. Linda, we go to read it and I get distracted. I start off saying I'm going to do one thing, then I end up doing another. I do that a lot. I sit down here and I go, right, we're going to read Linda's email. Yeah. Her reviews on the books. And then I get completely distracted and we don't do it. But then I speak for 1 hour. So Linda, I'm sorry about that, but we're going to read yours. That's one of the things on my list that we're going to do. No, come on. Right, shh. All right, come on. Go on. Right, you need to come. Come on, let's begin. There we go. There's people watching. Look, do you want to come and say hello? Do you want to say hello to Team Elvis? Yeah, right. All right, okay, they've gone now. Good girl. Come on, come. Oh, and you. Right, okay, let's be calm now. So look, there's no kids in the house, but there is dogs. There's no kids, but there is dogs. Right, come on then, just relax. Right, let's have a little look. As you can see, I'm an Elvis defender at home in my kitchen. I have no control over anything that happens in my life. The dogs control my life. The kids control my life. My wife controls my life. The only thing I control is making coffee. So I went to the carnival last night, guys. Let me just quickly, do you know what a carnival is? I did post it. I went with the kids. I did post it on the Defending Elvis channel. Let's see if I can see it. So I live in a town called Weston-super-Mare. It's near Bristol. It's the southwest of UK. Let's see if I can even find it. But I'll tell you what I did notice last night, guys. You guys posted a couple of links to the book. Let me just show you this, and I'll show you the links. So this is where I was last night on my seaside town. That's a building that I control. It's going to get deleted anyway because there's music on there. But that was my night last night. And right, go on then. No more barking, otherwise I'm going to have to sell you to the neighbours. Do you have your teas and coffees ready, guys? Because I'm not rushing on this. I'm taking my time. So last night I did read the 24-hour chat. I'm not sure how many of you are on it. I think it was Amy. Yeah, it was Amy. Amy Collett, our researcher. We love Amy, Auntie Collett. Posted 2 links for 2 books. One was the Priscilla, Elvis and Me. So let me just show you that. I know it's not very clear. The Priscilla, Elvis and Me. So guys, go on. If you want to check these links out. The other one was, let me see the other one. Oh yeah, the other one was Elvis, What Happened? See? So, you know, that's the Memphis Mafia tell-all book. So if you guys are interested in having a free book, yeah, that you can just read off, Amy did that last night. So thank you, Amy. I know that some of you refused to read the Elvis What Happened book that was written by Sonny West, Red West, and Dave Hebler, especially the Priscilla, Elvis and Me. I can guess that many of you are very angry with Michael Edwards because of the alleged allegations. So some of you will refuse to read the book. But from a defending Elvis point of view, defending Lisa Marie, defending the bloodline, those two books are really important to me. So I'm glad I got those two links. But I actually want to buy, no, the Priscilla, Elvis and Me. I do have that book. I've got it. It's in my loft. I have to find it. But the Elvis What Happened book, I definitely want it because I want to go through it and to defend Elvis, defend Lisa. Same goes, same goes for this book. I'm glad I own this book because I need it because it helps me defend Elvis and Lisa. It's really important. So all of these books, I won't turn away from them. I won't. At some point, Linda, I'm going to try and start reading some of this as well, because I do think that we have to read other people's words so that we can disagree with them, break down the lies. There's not many books that I believe. Now, obviously, I definitely believe every word in this book, every word. Yeah. Now, yesterday we were talking about what age Elvis had sex with Priscilla, and the video was named, what age did Elvis have sex with Priscilla? Was it 18 or 21? And someone told me off. Oh, you know, why is that defending Elvis Presley? Doing a video about if Priscilla was 18 or 21. Well, I think it's everything to do with it. I actually deleted the comment because I found the person quite rude. But it's really important that we catch Priscilla lying. It's very important because we catch Priscilla lying, then we can prove and discredit everything she says. Yeah. So to me, if Lisa said that Elvis told her, I mean, not Elvis. If Priscilla told Lisa that she had sex with Elvis when she was 18, not 21, which is what Priscilla has been telling us for the last 40 years, well, that's 40 years of lying. So I want that documented. I want it on our channel. So the person that told me off that said, this has nothing to do with defending Elvis. Well, yes, it does. I'm sorry, it does. Yeah. And the other thing I say is this. I always say this. We are not just a defending Elvis channel. I really want people to understand this. Yes, we are a defending Elvis channel, and it takes up 90% of what we do. But no, we're an Elvis channel. We are an Elvis, anything Elvis channel. And I will discuss anything Elvis, not just defending Elvis topics. I really want people to understand that, because I don't think it's fair that when I post videos, people are trying to tell me what to do and using the name defending Elvis as a way of telling me what to do, as a way of telling me off. I will do anything Elvis because I'm an Elvis fan. Anything that relates to Elvis, I will try and cover it on live streams, on short videos, anything. So, but yes, it's important that we expose Priscilla's lies. It's really important to me. So anyway, just to finish off what I was saying about that channel, I do want to just give that channel a shout out. I want to say I'm hoping some of you guys will pop over and support that channel. Yeah, she's new. She's only got, I'm guessing it's a she. She's only got 46 subscribers. I think she had 41 when we started. So let's see if we can make a difference. I'll just show you it again. Let's have a look. So this is what it's called. Her Story Project. Her Story Project. It's not very clear, but you get the idea, don't you guys? Her Story Project. So can you jump over to her YouTube channel or Instagram and just give her a subscribe? There's only 4 videos to watch. They're all good. Very good. Let me just click on one of them.
established because she was
Right.
established. You're here for the year. Lisa actually most.
So this is quite a good one.
But who?
I'll just play a couple of minutes of it just to give you a feel for it. I haven't watched this one, so I'm going to watch this and I'm going to review it. But we got so much to go over, guys, that I can't play too much of this. But while it plays, I'm going to read your comments and then we're going to start. I'm going to try and find Linda's email. Linda, just to speed things up for me, can you resend it so I don't spend half an hour trying to find it? Can you resend the email? Right.
I swear to God, the day she was 13 years old, that was it. She was not my daughter. She was another person. It was almost like she woke up and decided to be somebody else.
She just didn't want to do what others wanted her to do or what others thought she should do. She did what she wanted to do.
She involved herself with a wrong crowd. She tried certain things, substances.
She got into some trouble. Yeah.
I mean, she wanted to go out in the world and play a little.
She had a couple of little friends who were doing more serious drugs and who were supplying them to her because she couldn't just walk out and get them herself.
It was rough. She was, a typical teenager. There's no doubt. And that's hard for a mom.
Priscilla knew she had to put her foot down and take her out of school and put her in somewhere that was more strict.
Priscilla found a school that was pretty well acceptable to Lisa to go to, and it was good because it was a boarding school.
So she sent her to Happy Valley School, which was up in the Ojai Valley.
It was just about 2 hours from LA.
Not too far away, but far enough away.
She was real resistant at first.
She was kind of quiet. She had to take her time kind of getting used to everybody at school.
Once it was established, you're here for the year, Lisa actually rose to the occasion and started enjoying it, especially in the arts.
Everyone in the school was somehow involved in performing arts. And we were down in the music studio and we were just playing around with the instruments. Lisa picked up the microphone and she just belted out the words to a song, just out of the blue, just like that. And then she put down the microphone and giggled and walked away. And I was like, that girl has talent. She's going to make it big.
The school there really tapped into a lot of what Lisa was really about. It helped her evolve. But she really never got away from friends that were doing drugs or just the environment of drugs.
Lisa Marie was just trying to express herself more, and her mom was still trying to keep a leash on her and kind of trying to control her, and she didn't want to be controlled.
She's away from home, so she's going to try it all out and see what she can get away with. It was totally unacceptable, especially with Elvis's history. There was no way that Priscilla was going to let Lisa.
So basically, jump over, give that person a subscribe. Let's support her. I love supporting other channels. Right, a couple of things happened. The person who sent me this letter, I don't know if you guys remember. God, the dogs. I don't know if you guys remember. Right, come on. I don't know if you guys remember, but this was the letter that was sent to me. And it was a quiz. It was a quiz, yeah? We went through. Oh my God, she's impossible. Right, that's enough now. Right, come on, you've been in and out 5 times. So what it is, one of the dogs is 16 and is senile, so she forgets that she goes out. So she wants to go out, come back in, then she forgets. So then she wants to go out, come back in. It's funny. That's Princess, yeah? Right. Okay. So right. What's that? Elvis, please, what you on about? Oi. Right. So this was sent to me by Andrew. I was very pleased that Andrew had gone to the time to do this write-up. We've already read it all out. It's a really good write-up. Andrew, if you're watching, thank you. And so we went through the questions. Now, I've been asking a few times for Andrew to get in touch with me, and he did. He got in touch. He sent me a comment. I'm going to read it. I want to thank Andrew for taking the time. So here we go. Elvis SK, I have no idea what you're talking about. Your coffee from Angel Eyes. Sorry, Louis, it's become a thing for multiple minutes now. I don't know what you mean. Honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about. Right, so this comment. Okay, let's have a look. Just keep looking, keep looking. So the name is Andrew. Now, it's Andrew Morenin. He took the time to write that letter, yeah, and gave us a really interesting questionnaire. So I wanted to read he's finally messaged me 10 hours ago. Let's have a look. Let me just check your comments. Scroll back through your chat. Oh, okay, sorry. I wish, I can't scroll back, because if I scroll back, I will never finish this live. I've got so many things that I want to go through with you guys. Linda, did you resend me the email? Because after I've read this, I want to read your email. So did you resend that? Guys, I love it when you send me coffee. Love it, love it. Right. Okay, right. So, Angel, if he doesn't see it, it will show up later on his account. So don't worry. Okay. Okay, right. Has Angel sent me a coffee? Is that what this is? It hasn't come up yet. Angel, did you send me a coffee? Right, the comments. Right, Angel, thank you so much. When you guys send me a thank you, a super thank you, a coffee, any appreciation, I love it. You know that. So Andrew, I don't think Andrew's on. We got 40 people watching. This is the response to Andrew watching our video. We answered all his questions. We read out his views. Definitely a defending Elvis. I'm just going to read it and we're going to see. So, Linda, did you send the email? Yes. Okay, I'll check now. Right. Hi, Louis. You are a great host. I did not expect my long letter exposed, but you are a pro. We have to defend Elvis, and this may be one small way. I like your book report on Priscilla and the dance instructor. She definitely comes on as a true manipulator. The ending is odd, but there is a report. And that Priscilla took the dance instructor to an Elvis concert for him to take on Elvis. But when the dance instructor saw Elvis's performance, he got cold feet. Now, is this true? This is the first time I've heard this. Now, we know that Priscilla had an affair 6 weeks after Lisa Marie was born with Steve Peck, the dance instructor. We know that she had took him with her to the 68 comeback special. I think it was the rehearsal. But Andrew is saying that the reason she took him is because Steve Peck, the dance instructor, was gonna confront Elvis and say to Elvis, I'm seeing Priscilla. Now, is this true, guys? Because it's the first time I've heard this. I want to read that again. Right, okay. Priscilla took dance instructor to an Elvis concert for him to take on Elvis. But when the dance instructor saw Elvis's performance, he got cold feet and said, forget it. Actually, it might have been to a performance, yeah? It might have not been, it must have been the 68 comeback, yeah? I have to repeat that because I want you guys to tell me if you think it's true. So we've got Emily. Hi, Leo. I'm listening. Can't comment. My granddaughter is giving me a facial and she loves listening to. Savannah is her name and she loves the dog. Savannah, how are you? It's Louis in the UK defending Elvis Presley with Team Elvis and with Emily. Let's get it right. With Emily, who is your grandmother, Granny Emily. How are we doing? Yeah, the dogs are really cute. The dogs this morning, I really am going mad with these dogs. Like, I'm going to adopt them, you know? So how many of you believe that Steve Peck was taken to one of Elvis's shows to confront Elvis? Steve Peck, the guy who Priscilla Presley was seeing secretly behind Elvis's back just after Lisa Marie the baby was born. That's quite a big comment here. I wasn't expecting this. Right. Probably why she regret. Right, let's have a look. So Priscilla took the dance instructor to an Elvis concert for him to take on Elvis, but when the dance instructor saw Elvis's performance, he got cold feet and said, forget it. Probably why she regrets the affair. So it's assumed here that she regrets the affair, which is probably true, yeah? She also probably said to herself, I have to find a stronger man, and that was Mike Stone. So he's insinuating here that Priscilla was trying to find a man that she could run off with, have an affair with, that was strong enough to stand up to Elvis. Stone, a karate expert, she did get bored with him, but she left him because he took her to Hawaii to visit his family and she found out. Again, another comment here. She did get bored with him. I think she's talking about Mike Stone, is she? But she left him. He took her to Hawaii to visit a family and she found out that the culture there was the wives stayed home while the men played, and she was discovered. And Mike confessed that he was having an affair with a famous actress at the time. So here's another point. He's saying that Mike Stone was having an affair at the same time as seeing Priscilla with a famous actress at the time. It's a bit confusing. But yeah, okay. This was all reported by Priscilla's sister, Michelle. So he's saying that the reason he knows this, Andrew, the reason he knows this is because Michelle, Priscilla's sister, has said it somewhere. Then he goes on to Terry O'Neill, which is another person that Priscilla was seeing. I think Terry O'Neill was a photographer, I think. He gave up only 2 months because of Priscilla. So Terry O'Neill was only seeing Priscilla for 2 months and was talking to Elvis over the telephone just about every night while both were still in bed. My ending observation is that the books written can be fictional or exaggerated, but actual facts verified tell the true story. We all love Elvis because he was caring and generous to all, including being entertaining to his fans and to all his girlfriends. Even to Priscilla, even now says, I love him, then I love him now. True, Priscilla does in interviews. She always says, I love him then and I love him now, which I don't believe for a second, yeah? I completely believe that Priscilla went off Elvis, and the thing where she keeps saying that he's the love of my life, I still love him, I don't believe it at all. I do not believe it, guys. I completely don't believe that Priscilla still loves Elvis. Do any of you guys, Team Elvis, anyone watching, do any of you think that Priscilla still loves Elvis? Seriously, I actually laugh at it. I find it ridiculous. Right. We also love Priscilla for being a pretty, beautiful lady, but she was what has been determined a passive-aggressive woman. She used all her men in her life. She used all her men in her life. I wouldn't say that we love her for being pretty and beautiful. I'll say that she was a beautiful woman, 100%. Priscilla was a stunning, beautiful woman. She was, but I don't love her. With personal intent and then discarded them, including Elvis. Right, so that's a good point. A passive-aggressive woman who used all her men in her life with personal intent and then discarded them, including Elvis. She says she loved all of her life, including Elvis, who she says she loved all of her life. I want to say that again. She used all her men with personal intent and then discarded them, including Elvis, who she says she loved all her life. Lisa Marie knew both her father and her mother very well, but who sang the song Don't Cry Daddy, We Will Find You Another Mummy? Daughter Lisa Marie. So we should not focus on the bad people, but mainly on the good. Elvis was a remarkable human being placed on earth, and as a true believer in God, to help us understand the meaning and the purpose of life. Now that's interesting. I'm going to say it again. I think I have to repeat it. Elvis, right, let's listen to this, guys. Elvis was a remarkable human being placed on earth as a true believer in God to help us understand the meaning of life. That's a big thing, guys. That is a big thing. I'm going to say it again because I think some of you think this and believe this, and it could be true. I'm going to say it one more time because it's quite a big thing. Elvis was a remarkable human being placed on earth as a true believer in God to help us understand the meaning and purpose of life. Does anyone agree with that? I want to see what your comment is on that, because that's quite a big thing. Come on, guys. Let's have a response from that. There we are. Helen says, a gift from God. Yeah? Linda. Hi, Linda. Linda says, yes. Cherie will sound like PB and Mike Stone, like Dirty Domcats and anything with a pulse. Sounds right, but one more time. Let's have a look. But one must not make the mistake of confusing an extremely beautiful woman with inner beauty. Great comment, Diana. Diana, I've had some very beautiful girlfriends that were nasty when I was young. In my old days as a DJ. I think had he lived, there was a lot of good that he could have done people if people listened to him. Now, Pamela, I massively agree with that. That Elvis, as an older person, would have done a lot of good for the world. He was a good man. He was a decent man. Yeah. He had, I can't even explain just how much goodness Elvis had in him. He really was brought up in the right way. Really, this humble beginning that Elvis had and all the struggles that he went through really did create a beautiful person inside and out. So, Pamela, yes. So let's just look. Angel is definitely loaned to, right, Linda says, Angel, he definitely loaned to us from God. Yeah. Yeah, if you really, so SK, if you really understand Elvis's history, yeah, and all the different things that he did in his life, with obviously how he touched so many people, so many, like really in a spiritual and religious way, yeah, it's immeasurable. It's immeasurable, and it was cut short at 42. It was cut short at 42, and this is why we defend him, because even though it's been 47 years since he died, we still feel that. We still feel that energy, that connection, the warmth, the goodness, the kindness, the generosity, the spiritual, religious beliefs that he had. We sense it. We sense it, and we want to pass it on. Does that sound right to you guys? We collectively, Elvis fans around the world, we've got Team Elvis here. We want to pass on Elvis, the true Elvis, the true Elvis. The whole point of this channel, defending Elvis, defending Lisa, defending the bloodline, because I think the goodness of Elvis is in Finley and Harper as well. Yeah, I'm sensing it when I watch Finley's posts on Instagram, that I just feel that he is so misunderstood. Elvis is so misunderstood by the non-Elvis fans. And we here, we're trying to put things right, put wrongs to right, wrongs to right. And I'll tell you what, no, it's very difficult, but we're trying. This book, From Here to the Great Unknown, really is the start of us going, oh, maybe we can make a difference, isn't it? Because finally we've got some truth. Right, so let's keep reading on this comment, and then we're going to go on to Linda's. So I do want to read, I think SK said read it one more time. And I think I do want to, if I can find it. Right, here we go. Elvis was a remarkable human being placed on earth as a true believer in God to help us understand the meaning and purpose of life. I love that. And he did just that by exposing his personal life so we will not have to make the same mistakes. And Elvis did make mistakes. He did make mistakes. He did do things that people can use against him. Yeah, and they still do to this day. He did. He was a human being, guys. And I will end with an encouraging quote from Luke, the 12th, second 3. So here's a quote, yeah? There is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed or hidden, that will not be made known. What you have said in the dark will be heard in the daylight. What you have whispered in the ear, in the inner rooms, will be proclaimed from the roofs. That's it. So I wanted to read that comment. Let me just shut that door, it's cold in here. So I wanted to read that out. The ink, right. So thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew, for taking the time to send this, to write out all these, to write out all of this. It meant a lot to me. And if any of you guys want to send me stuff like that, questionnaires, anything, go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, we appreciate it. Right, now we're going to do Linda. Linda, did you resend it me? I think you said you did. Yes, you did. Got it. Linda. Now, I'm going to grab myself a tea. I'm going to get myself a tea because this is going to take a while, guys. I hope we're not in a hurry because we've already done 1 hour. We've already done an hour. We need another hour, guys. So I hope you are not busy. Yeah. Let's have a look. So Linda has taken the time to do this email. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to read it, but it is going to take a little while to read, not ages. Linda knows. It's all to do with Shirley and Joe Esposito, and I actually haven't read it. So we're going to find out what it's to do with. Yes. So I'm looking forward to reading it because I haven't read it. Now, Linda, guys, when you send me things, don't make it too long. Don't make it too long. 2 or 3 pages. Otherwise, I get I get bored. So Linda has done this. Linda, thank you. Linda has done this at a nice little size that I can focus on and keep my concentration. Yeah. So yes, Linda. So I'm going to warm up my coffee. Now, while I warm up my coffee, I am gonna play one more of the. I'm just going to let that video that we were playing just now carry on for a bit, just while I make my tea. I'll be quick. I'll only be, say, 3 minutes. And we're going to start reading Linda's email. But nothing's going to stop me, guys. Nothing. Unless we have an earthquake, we're doing this.
That her mom used to date that she hates, and he wrote this book about her, about Lisa Marie. Oh, yeah. Saying that, when Lisa Marie was first developing, he started to have some feelings for her.
Oh, no.
And she said that he came into her room at times and was inappropriate. I don't know what that means.
Yikes. I can't believe you actually came out with that. It's true.
Wow. Did he touch you? I'll kill him.
Didn't actually make it there, but, tried.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. Did you tell your mom? Yep.
And did she give him the boot?
Yeah, it was a battle, that one.
Really? Because you would think once you said it to your mom, she would just go, "Hey, I'm protecting my daughter."
Well, no, she did. She threw him out, but it was a bit of a, it was a bit of a situation.
How old were you?
Between ages, I think I was between 12 and 15.
Wow, that's a little young.
Yeah. He never got anywhere with it, by the way. He just alluded. It was disgusting. And he wrote a book. And then did the talk show circuit, and I think got, booed off stage most of the time. He was saying he was lusting after me when I was developing, which is gross.
That is gross.
So...
How did you turned? And do you think everyone, like the kid who banged you first, was like, "Hey man, I'm
24."
Oh, you're bad. What a lucky son of a bitch. You're horny.
That's illegal.
You're a little slut, aren't you? A bad girl, aren't you?
Yeah.
24.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody we know?
Famous dude?
No, idiot.
Mexican gardener?
Pool boy?
See, Lisa Marie. I am doing the hedges.
Who was the guy? Lorne Michaels?
The bad guy?
No, not him. All right, so it was some guy, some dude named. How do you meet this dude? And how do you escape?
I met him on the set. My mom was doing a movie. We sort of got this thing going.
You're telling me this 24-year-old dude somehow manages to get you alone to bang you under the watchful eye of your mother?
We had to pretend like we were friends for a year. And then she found my diaphragm. And then it was over. She tried to stop it. It was too late.
You use a diaphragm?
No, not anymore. Well, actually, I don't know. It depends. But
did you find those hard to put in?
They're hard to get out.
Right, we're back.
I had a girlfriend once on a diaphragm, and I used to put it in for her.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did you take it out? That's the hard part.
No, I never took it out. I never took it out. How's a 15-year-old get a diaphragm without a mother knowing?
Right, okay. Now, guys, Howard Stern sickens me. So I'm not sure actually what you watched, but I just want you guys to know that I cannot stand Howard Stern. He is disgusting. But I like the fact that she did bring up the alleged abuse from Michael Edwards. I like that. That's the important part of that, yeah? But he is disgusting. That man should be like... I'm horrified that someone can get away with an interview like that. Can get away and be popular. Be popular. I don't understand it. He's sick. The man is sick. Anyway. Right. Okay. So we're going to start doing the email. Let me just make some space. Now, remember, my reading is terrible. I left school when I was 15. I don't like reading. I had no qualifications when I left school. I was a naughty boy. So I'm going to just do my best. Right, let's have a look. But I massively appreciate that Linda has done this. I really appreciate it. So let's just check your comments before I start reading. Okay. Okay, what's up? Right, okay. How's Finola? All right, Finola. Hi, Jeanette. I went out with a girl called Jeanette when I was 17. I think I said this to you last time you came on. I was with her for 2 years. She was a nightmare. Right. Yeah. Okay, right. Let's start reading. So let me just get it nice and big. Shirley met Joe Esposito in Vegas in 1974, and she was 16 years younger than Joe. Joe was Elvis's road manager and some say Parker's spy. I have heard that. Joe was divorced at the time they broke up in 1979. As I stated in previous emails, the book was constant bragging about all the things that they all got from Elvis. I found it vulgar. When anyone brags about stuff they got from Elvis, it is as if that is the key to their connection. That is why the birthday story is so sad. I used to go to the Salvation Army a lot when I was a child. They were really kind to me. Shirley tells the story. Once they were all staying somewhere together, she went to the refrigerator in the middle of the night to get something, and all of a sudden Elvis was there. He pushed her up against the refrigerator and trying to force her to kiss him. She refused, and Elvis said to her, "I love you because of how much you love Joe." I haven't heard that. Okay, I'll keep going. I heard that Shirley once called Elvis a creep, and because she published the book herself, would have to send them out to people who bought them. Allegedly, she said that she hated Elvis fans. I don't know where this came from, but it's been said on the internet by others. Okay, I'll keep going. Right, so this is titled On the Girlfriends. Now, Linda, feel free to comment if there's anything that you want to add. Just quickly checking your messages. Okay. Shirley and Ginger was a 20-year-old Priscilla, and Elvis was trying to fill the gap because he really wanted to get back with Priscilla. Elvis was trying to get Ginger to break up with her boyfriend, and she wouldn't. Shirley said it was sad because Elvis was trying to get Ginger to be nice to him. Ginger was going to leave the hotel, but the next day she had on a new diamond ring. She didn't like Ginger. She felt Ginger was cold and quiet and in love with her boyfriend in Memphis. Shirley and Ginger's mother was pushing the relationship. Larry Geller also said about Ginger's mother, Elvis did propose, but it was clear that he was on too many sleeping pills when he did it. She said he was later trying to get Ginger out of his life. Okay. Now, guys, I have strong feelings about this engagement with Ginger and their relationship. I like Ginger Alden. She comes across lovely. She speaks well of Elvis, but I'm not convinced that Elvis in 1977, because he was under so much pressure and stress and so unwell and so chronically ill, and he was heavily medicated, in a lot of pain, didn't sleep properly. I'm not convinced that he was clear-headed enough to clearly make a decision about becoming engaged and one day being married to Ginger. So I don't take the relationship to Ginger Alden that seriously. Was it 8 months? I'm a little bit... Now, no offense to Ginger Alden, no offense to people that are Ginger Alden fans, yeah? But I know she's a nice person, but I'm not convinced by the relationship, guys. I'm not convinced. I wouldn't call Joe a spy for Colonel Tom Parker. Joe's role included communicating with Colonel Parker about Elvis. You can be sure Joe put Elvis first every time and always did his best. Now, SK, that is obviously your view. But I'm telling you now, you do some research on Joe Esposito and some of the things that we've covered, even on this show. When you say Joe put Elvis first every time and always did his best, no, it's complicated. Now, you may get a load of comments now about Joe Esposito. Now, don't get me wrong. I can see that Joe was a great friend, a good guy, but it was complicated. Yes, there we go. SK, it's very complicated. Now, I'm not going to slag off Joe Esposito. I do want to do some more detailed live streams on Joe Esposito. We've done a couple. I want to cover it again. It isn't straightforward. It isn't straightforward. There's good and bad. Good and bad. Now, you'll be surprised some of the things that are said about Joe. You'll be very surprised. But remember, we're all, SK, just so you know, we're all learning together. We're all learning as we go. It's okay if we don't have all the information, if we don't have all the facts at hand. This is why we come together every day, so we can learn them together. Yeah, I ain't no expert. I'm no expert. So let's have a look. Yeah, see, Satnin says, not on that one with you. Never trusted Joe. See, so you'll get some comments now. Yeah. Oh wow, just found my book. How do I add them? They are quite long. Some of them maybe fans could screenshot them. Right. Okay. Let's carry on reading Linda's. Let's have a look. Right, I'm gonna have to. I'll read that. I'll start that bit again, Linda, so that we go through it properly. Yeah. Well, yeah, so SK says, I don't think I will be surprised. I understand why people believe what they believe, no matter what they believe. Yeah, I mean, we're all referring, you know, a lot of the people on Defending Elvis and on other YouTube Elvis channels have read many books, yeah, many books. Now, at the end of the day, they're books that have been written by other people, and we don't know if any of it's true. People oftenly try and disagree with me, bringing up things that are in books. Larry Geller's book, for example. Yeah. Well, no, because not everything in these books is correct. I would say that there's many facts in many books that are not correct. Not correct. So, you know, people pick the bits out of these books that they feel they can relate to, and then they go on to repeat it as truth, but it doesn't mean it's truth. Like a good example is this ridiculous thing about Elvis taking salt tablets. It's just bullshit, but it's in 2 books. Now, Billy Smith has already said Elvis didn't take salt tablets. So did his wife. But it's in 2 books. It's in Larry Geller's book. It's in another book. I'm trying to remember what the book's called. It's just bullshit. But it's in a book. Now, we have to understand, just because something's in a book doesn't make it true. I've definitely learned that. Yeah. Come on, we weren't there. We weren't there. The reason I believe Billy is because he was there. Now, don't forget, even Billy can be wrong sometimes. Billy has got things wrong as well. Hi, Deborah. So Shirley and Ginger was a 20-year-old Priscilla, and Elvis was trying to fill the gap because he really wanted to get back with Priscilla. Elvis was trying to get Ginger to break up with her boyfriend, and she wouldn't. Shirley said it was sad because Elvis was trying to get Ginger to be nice to him. Ginger was going to leave the hotel the next day, and she had on a new diamond ring. She didn't like Ginger. She felt Ginger was cold, quiet, and in love with her boyfriend in Memphis. Shirley and Ginger's mother was pushing the relationship. Larry Geller also said about Ginger's mother, Elvis did propose, but it was clear that he was on too many pills when he did it. She said he was later trying to get Ginger out of his life. And that is possible, isn't it, guys? That is possible. Right. Look, I like Billy Smith. I really like him. But I have found old footage, old interviews where Billy's story has changed over the years. Now, I'm not trying to... I know how popular Billy is. Yeah? I know you all love him. And if anyone speaks anything against Billy, we get a backlash and loads of you will unsubscribe. But Billy isn't completely right about everything. He isn't. Yeah? He has mixed things up. He has done interviews and said things with the Memphis Mafia that he shouldn't have said. So it isn't all Billy, but I like Billy Smith. I like his channel. I think his channel's great. Yeah. So it's complicated. Let me just check your comments. EP fans tend to think that everyone in EP's environment has to be perfect in order to be considered worthy or loyal in our minds. No one is perfect, and these very high expectations. Yes, Diana, I agree with that. Even the people that we highly trust, like Billy, like Larry Geller, like Charlie Hodge, they get it wrong sometimes. They do. You are so right, Louis. Many of these books were written off. This is EP Fan Forever. Many of these books were written off what is in the previous book was written about. And remember, they all claim to be Elvis's best friend. Yeah. Come on, guys. We weren't there. We weren't there. People could, once Elvis died, they could write what they wanted. Priscilla made that a massive opportunity. She grabbed the opportunity to talk about Elvis, to make herself look like a victim, make Elvis look like the bad guy. And then many others did. The book Elvis, What Happened? Yeah, from Reb West, Sonny West, and Dave Hebler. It's a typical example of making a book and running with it, and no one's going to disagree because Elvis is dead. Elvis can't defend himself. Elvis can't jump up and go, no, that never happened. He can't do it. This is what we're trying to do. But even when we do it, we weren't there. We're just fans. All we are fans. All I am is Louis in his kitchen at home. That's all we are. We're having a debate. We're having a discussion. We're going to disagree. Yeah? Let's have a look. She said she was close to Mindy Miller. She said that Mindy was on tour for a bit in 1974. And I think in 1975. I am not sure if that relationship is still close. Right. I mean, I believe Mindy Miller. I'm a big fan of Mindy Miller. I've got nothing negative to say about Mindy. I really like her. She said Elvis had 3, and Mindy Miller has joined our show. Mindy Miller has been on our show, which I'm very grateful that she joined us. Right. She said Elvis had 3 women. Linda, who was motherly. And again, I like Linda Thompson. I like Linda Thompson. But I could read the book that Linda's sent me, and there's loads of stuff in this book. Yeah, just so you can see it, guys. There's loads of stuff in this book that are very cruel to Elvis. They're quite nasty, derogatory, embarrassing things in this book that Linda wrote. So I like Linda. I've watched some beautiful interviews from Linda, the way she speaks lovingly and caring about Elvis from a beautiful place. But she still has said things she shouldn't. She still has had things in her book that she shouldn't have said. So come on, all of them did it. Right. So she was Elvis's had 3 women: Linda, who was motherly; Sheila, who was a plaything, and Sheila was a beautiful girl, wasn't she? And Priscilla, who he saw as his wife and the mother of his child. Now, this Linda, I just want to say that he, obviously, while they were married, he saw her as his wife and the mother of his child. I do think that once they split up, even though I think Elvis was very angry and upset with Priscilla, I do think there was always this special thing that, right, she's the mother of Lisa Marie. There was definitely something there that held on to him. I also think, this is just my opinion, I also think that Elvis didn't want to be a divorcee. Elvis didn't want to be a man that had had a divorce because he was such a good Christian, a religious man. He believed in marriage. So I do think that Elvis never wanted to be divorced. He never wanted to be father, mother, broken relationship, broken marriage with Lisa Marie. He wanted Lisa Marie to grow up with a married father and mother. He never liked the fact that they had divorced, not because he still loved Priscilla, but because the perfect marriage, the Christian marriage, husband, wife, daughter, was smashed. I don't think Elvis ever came to terms with the fact that his marriage failed and that Lisa had to grow up in a broken family, in a broken marriage. That's just my opinion. That's how I see Elvis, based on the fact that he was a religious man. So, do any of you agree with that, guys? Do any of you agree with what I've just said? That Elvis didn't like being a divorced man. Now, I'm not asking you, did he love Priscilla? I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you, how did Elvis feel about being a divorcee? That is my question. Let's have a look. I never, SK, I never used the word dreadful. Did someone else? Right. Annie, I used to help out the homeless shelter before I married. It was so humbling and rewarding. Yeah, I bet it was, Annie. I bet it was. Hi, David. Shirley is a huge Priscilla fan. Linda, I need to know why you think that, because I don't follow Shirley. So any information is interesting. I know nothing about Shirley. I want you to know. So when you say to me, Shirley is a big Priscilla fan, tell me why. Tell me why. I'm interested. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm interested. Right, Michelle. Except Mindy, she has only lovely things to say, and boy, she has been attacked by the girlfriends and Priscilla. Are you talking about Linda, Michelle? Let's have a look. Let's keep going, guys. Keep going. Divorce is terrible, but betrayal is worse. Yeah, I know. I understand Elvis had no choice. Once the Mike Stone affair came out and the humiliation of Priscilla secretly seeing Mike Stone behind Elvis's back for a year, you know, Mike Stone, who was married to Frances Stone, who was pregnant. Frances Stone was pregnant and had a small girl as well. Priscilla had secretly befriended Frances Stone whilst sleeping with Mike Stone. Remember, Priscilla's intention was to divorce Elvis and take Lisa Marie with her. So Elvis had to go through with the divorce. I don't think Elvis wanted the divorce. I think that he filed for the divorce because he sort of felt like he had no choice. That's what I think. I just don't think Elvis was ever the sort of person that really wanted a divorce. I just don't think that was his nature. Yes, the way that Priscilla betrayed him was disgusting, but let's not whitewash Elvis. Elvis was seeing other people. Now, I do believe that Elvis, once he caught Priscilla being unfaithful, just after Lisa Marie was born in 1968, around March, I do believe that Elvis then decided to live as a single man. We know about the honeymoon and the holiday, and they still had a fake marriage for a couple of years. But I won't whitewash Elvis. Elvis was seeing other girls, even girls that had had a baby. Susan Henning had a baby. So we know this bullshit lie about Elvis not sleeping with a woman that's had a baby. It's just complete crap. It's a lie that Priscilla has repeated again and again and again. It's just not true. He didn't want to sleep with Priscilla because she had slept with another man, not because she had had a baby. It's ridiculous. But just generally, guys, I don't want us to act as if Elvis was some angel. Priscilla, as disgusted as we are with her behavior, she was with a man after Lisa Marie was born, after she was caught being unfaithful. She was with a man who then also was unfaithful. So we can't deny that. Now, maybe it was caused by the fact that Elvis had caught her just after Lisa Marie was born with Steve Peck, the dance instructor. Maybe that was the springboard that made Elvis go back to his old ways. Because don't forget, when Elvis moved back to Graceland after his time in Germany in the army, he was a single man seeing lots of different women. Priscilla moves over around 1963. Elvis is still seeing other women. So we have to weigh this in. We have to be fair. We can't go, you know, whenever I do this, I lose subscribers. But I have to be straight with you guys. We can't whitewash Elvis. We have to be honest. Elvis, when he came back from Germany, had lots of girlfriends. Priscilla was living with him around 1963 onwards. Elvis was seeing other girls. It was true, guys. But Elvis saw himself as a single man. She knew what she was moving to. Priscilla knew what she was getting into. She knew that when she moved to Graceland, to America, that Elvis, it was sort of accepted that Elvis was secretly seeing other people. It was accepted by Priscilla. Yes, Priscilla had to live with accepting that he probably was seeing other girls, other co-stars, other women. Yeah. But I do think in 1966, in December, when Elvis got engaged to Priscilla, I do think he became faithful. I also think Elvis, through the pregnancy, was faithful. I also think when Lisa Marie was born, Elvis was faithful. It was only catching Priscilla with Steve Peck, the dance instructor. Then he went back to his old ways. You get what I'm saying, guys? We have to be fair. It can't all be Elvis is perfect, because then we'll just, it's ridiculous. I hope I haven't upset anyone. Please don't unsubscribe, because I'm being honest. I'm trying to be fair. Yeah? You know, guys, you know that I'm very upset with Priscilla, and I'm going to expose all her wrongdoing intensely. And I absolutely adore Elvis. Elvis is the most important person to me next to my family. So I'm an Elvis defender. But I will always be honest and straight with you guys. No bullshit. We will say the good and the bad of Priscilla. We will say the good and the bad of Elvis. We will be honest, straight, real. Yeah? Right, let's have a look. Okay, let me just read a couple of your comments. Annie wrote that Billy Smith. Well, SK, Billy, I don't really want to go into this because I'm just going to lose more subscribers again. Yeah. But if you go to the early interviews of Billy when he sat with the Memphis Mafia and they are calling him a pedophile, they've got their own way of saying it. He joins in. He joins in. He doesn't jump in and disagree and defend Elvis. So there are things that you need to learn about Billy. Now, don't get me wrong. I am a massive fan of Billy Smith. He was in an awkward position. He sat with other guys. He's one of the boys. He's one of the boys, yeah? He's not going to disagree with, I think it was Lamar Fike, and who was the other one? I can't remember who the other one was now. But it was two other members, yeah? I think it was Sonny West. Now, what Billy should have done is jumped in and disagreed with them, but he didn't. He just sat there quietly and went along with it. And I understand he's with the boys. He went along with it, but he shouldn't have. I think that's what. Yeah, Linda, I know Mindy gets a lot of stick. Linda, I know she gets a lot of stick, Mindy. I feel sorry for Mindy. Hi, Helen. Right, let's have a look. Elvis didn't want a divorce because he didn't have the chance to talk to me first. Huh? Explain. Diana, are you being cheeky? EP fan forever. Again, Louis, you get it. Elvis didn't want to marry Priscilla, but once he created a family, he did all he could keep together for his family. Now, EP fan forever. Remind me of your name. I've forgotten it. So sorry. I agree. Now, one of the biggest questions we get is, why did Elvis marry Priscilla? Why did Elvis marry Priscilla? Was it because of pressure from Colonel Tom Parker, from Priscilla's parents, from Vernon Presley? Was it because of a promise he made way back in 1959? Was it because of his religious beliefs? Was it because of the Bible? Elvis had a good Christian upbringing. Was it that pressure that made him marry Priscilla? Now, here we go. I'm going to say one more thing that we don't really say enough. And I'm going to ask you this question, guys. Was it because Priscilla was pregnant? Was it because Priscilla became pregnant and then there was a decision to be made on doing the right thing and marrying her? Now, this is my question to you guys. Did Elvis marry Priscilla because secretly they had found out Priscilla was pregnant? I asked you that. It's the same question as saying, was Priscilla pregnant on the day of the marriage? It's the same question. So this is my question, guys. Did Elvis marry Priscilla because she was pregnant? Guys, big question. Oh, I see. Diana, you are just cheeky. Louis, that damn book, Elvis, What Happened, is definitely what I read when I was around 13 and after Elvis died, and it made me really upset. It was horrible reading, nasty things about Elvis. Yep. But Cherie, I have read some of that book. Yes, there's a big section in it about his drug taking. Yeah. But there are also many, many sweet stories in that book that talk really well of Elvis. So it's not all bad. Now, I'm against the book. I think the book should never have been made. I do think that the Sonny West, Reb West, and Dave Hebler betrayed Elvis. 100%. They betrayed him for money. For money. You don't treat your friends like that. You do not write a book about a friend like Elvis who has literally spent his whole life looking after you, throwing money at you. Yeah? You do not write a book about a best friend. They are out of order. Yeah? Out of order. But there are many things in that book that are nice as well. It's not all bad. Cherie, yeah? Right, okay. I believe that the betrayal by Priscilla was a turning point. Linda, yes. You mean her having sex with a man just after the baby was born? Yeah, definitely. If I was Elvis, if my missus, my wife, had sex with a man 3 months after our baby was born, 2 or 3 months, it would have been over. It would have been over. I wouldn't have touched that woman. I would not have touched her. Now, I'm a very old-fashioned religious Christian guy. I'm very old-fashioned, set in my ways. My morals are old style. So would I have divorced her? Maybe not, because I don't believe in divorce. I believe that if you have children, you make it work. So it's a complicated one, guys. So Diana, Elvis was a little naive about his relationship with Priscilla. You can see it in some quotes about her. I tell you what I do think about Elvis, and I do believe that Elvis thought Priscilla was much more innocent than she truly was. And obviously, I bring up the book, Child Bride. I can't stand the name of this book because it's just wrong, because she was not a child bride. She was 21. But this book shows that Priscilla was not sweet and innocent, was not a virgin. Yeah, way back. So Elvis may have been tricked into thinking that Priscilla was this sweet, innocent virgin, which, don't forget, in the 1950s and 60s, you wanted your partner to be sweet and innocent. You did. It was pretty normal. You didn't want to marry a woman or have a child with a woman that had been around, slept around. You wanted a sweet, innocent person. You did. It was standard in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, maybe even 80s. So yes, I agree. Elvis was naive and thought she was much more innocent than the truth, than she really was. 100% I think that. Let's have a look. Let's go right. Right, here we go. Sherry, as a religious man, he would have taken vows seriously. Like it or not, I would think Elvis wouldn't have liked having a divorce. Yeah, I totally agree with that comment, Sherry. Annie, watch the videos, All the King's Men. They all speak to stuff disgustingly about Elvis, all his purported friends, and the Memphis Mafia. I agree with Lisa, Slithering Snakes, a lot of them. Billy Smith too. Now, I'm not going to be too hateful, but of course, I've watched All the King's Men many times, and I am disgusted how many of them spoke about Elvis. I am, and Billy was there. But Charlie Hodge, I don't think, ever said anything like that, nor did Larry Geller. Even Jerry Schilling, not so much. But I don't trust Jerry Schilling. I think he's too in there with Priscilla. So I like Jerry Schilling. I think he's a good guy. I think he wrote a great book for Elvis. But him and Priscilla, guys, it's dodgy. Financially and sexually. Dodgy. But I do think Jerry is one of the nicer ones, yeah? Just my opinion for entertainment purposes. He interpreted something into her that she wasn't, under his influence. She is today, not real. So he interpreted something into her that she wasn't, under his influence. She was who she is today, not real. Right, a little bit mixed up, but I think you're basically saying he thought she was sweet and innocent, yeah? But she wasn't, yeah? Priscilla put up with it because she had an ultimate goal, in my opinion. Do you know what, Priscilla, Linda? I think, I'm just trying to think. I think there probably was times when Priscilla had good intentions. I think there was. But it was very complicated. She's going out with a rock star. Yeah? She herself, rock and roll star. She herself secretly fancies men a lot. Wants to be in the spotlight. Wants to have fame, success. Wants to be in movies. all of that Elvis didn't realize complicated everything. So the Priscilla that Elvis thought that he had fallen in love with, this sweet, innocent girl that was respectable enough to marry, yeah, because that's what in the 50s and 60s, you're looking for someone who is respectable enough to marry. And Elvis saw that in Priscilla, but he was mistaken because she wasn't sweet and innocent. She did crave success, fame, money, spotlight, ambition, being in movies. Get it? Business, opening a shop, Bis and Beau, promoting perfumes. You get it, guys? Underneath this cute, shy, innocent, demure, there was a very, very ambitious person. I believe that. I believe that. And it shows now, doesn't it? Now we see Priscilla for what she was. When you look at Priscilla after around 1982, because I think initially when Priscilla was doing interviews in the very early 80s, the late 70s, yeah, she was very supportive of Elvis, very supportive, only spoke well of him. But then it changes. In the early 80s, the interviews start to change. They start to say, oh, Elvis controlled me, groomed me, told me how to dress, had a bad temper. Oh, I only met him when I was 14. And it all changed. So by the time this book is released, she has done so many harmful interviews to Elvis that she's on a new path. And the new path is destruction of Elvis, yeah, and her own career, her future, her boyfriends, her needs of men sexually. I think she was a very sexually active person, Priscilla. She wasn't just happy with whoever she was seeing, whether it be Michael Edwards or Mike Stone, yeah? She moved on very quickly, usually, except for with Marco Garibaldi, yeah? She generally, even with Michael Edwards, it seemed that they had an open relationship, didn't they? So it also seems that she was taking cocaine and partying a lot whilst being the mother of Lisa Marie. So this is a girl living life to the full, yeah? So this is when we start to see the real Priscilla, yeah? She's a party animal, guys. She loves her men, she loves money, she loves success, she loves fame, she loves attention, she loves spotlight. She wants to be Elvis. This is what I see about Priscilla, even through the Dallas years and that, what was that movie trilogy that she made? Naked Gun, yeah? Priscilla, I believe, wanted to be Elvis. She wanted to be Elvis. And even the Priscilla, the Sofia Coppola film, that was her being Elvis. Finally, Sofia Coppola has made a movie about me, Priscilla. My life. I'm the star. I've got the crown. Not the king is Elvis. The king is Priscilla. You get it, guys? And I think Priscilla has spent her whole life wishing she was Elvis, wanting to be adored and loved, worshipped even by the fans in the same way as Elvis was. And she was never going to be. This is why the Priscilla film flopped, because she was never going to be Elvis. She had no talent. She couldn't sing. She couldn't act. She had no talent. She had an eye for business, for money making. She did have that. So we now see Priscilla for what she really is. Now, I'm not trying to create hate. We're not a hate channel. We're not trying to create hate for Priscilla, but we will expose the truth. From our point of view, for entertainment purposes, our opinions, we will expose the truth. Right, let's have a look. Let's just read some more comments, guys. The relationship was doomed from the start. Men can be faithful to whoever they want to be, and when the heart is involved. Let's have a look. I'm trying to rush through them a bit, guys. Linda, have you listened to JD Summers' video about what Elvis said to him about losing Priscilla. I haven't watched that, Annie. How would Priscilla Presley know she was pregnant so quickly based on the morning sickness? Do they even have early pregnancy tests you could bring home to test back then? I've no idea, but not all women get morning sickness, do they? I think most do, but not all. It's different levels of it, isn't it? Okay. Let's keep looking a minute. My answer would be unpopular. Elvis made a huge mistake moving in. He left himself open to be coerced into marrying her. The dates don't add up for her to be pregnant before they married. Okay, no, that's fine, Michelle. He definitely made a mistake. Let's just have a look. So I'm just trying to jump back through the comments. Sorry, guys, it's going up and down. So Diana says, but it makes sense if they had sex when Priscilla was 18, which Lisa said, then you can understand the pressure to marry her. Yes, I know you. I see your point. Now, I don't see anything wrong in a man in his 20s having sex with an 18-year-old girl. An 18-year-old girl is a woman. Yeah, it's not a child. But I understand once he'd had. Don't forget this. We are now talking in the 1960s, aren't we? Yeah. So different times. 18 was classed quite old. Diana, 18 was quite old to have sex with someone in the 1960s. Yeah. But yes, he's had sex with her at 18. Yeah. So the pressure is on that Elvis does the right thing by Priscilla's parents. Yeah. By Colonel Tom Parker, by Vernon. Yeah, I get that. I do get your point, Diana. Yeah. Right. Let's have a look. And also, yeah, from Priscilla as well. You say that. Yeah, from Priscilla. There's pressure from Priscilla as well. Of course, massively. Especially because she, in theory, lost her virginity to him, even though I don't believe that. But yeah. So Deborah believes she was pregnant. How would Priscilla Presley know she was pregnant so quickly? Based on what? Right, based on. Sorry, I've already read that. My answer would be unpopular. I've already read that. Let's keep going. Cherie, Elvis was a victim of years of people around him who he depended on, and loyalty and respect. And unfortunately, they were generally not what they seemed to be. How could he trust any of them? Fair enough. Elvis was conservative, but still modern. There's nothing wrong with moving in together to see if you're compatible. I think he found out that they weren't. Yes, I do as well. I think when he started to see Priscilla's true colors, yeah, things changed. Things changed. Elvis didn't move Priscilla when she moved in whilst Elvis was away. He didn't even know until he came back from CA. Is that true? Well, you know, I have to say this, EP fan forever. If he didn't want her there, he would have moved her out. Yeah, I would say that. I also think this. If she has traveled, she's traveled all the way to Memphis to be close to Elvis, then I would have thought it's because he's allowed it and he's allowed her to move in. So I don't believe that she, how can I say it? I don't believe she forced her way into Graceland. I don't believe that, because he would have just told her to leave. So I don't fully agree with that comment. Yeah, you have to know if you. Sorry, I'm Elvis Police. Just find the interviews that show them talking about Elvis's tastes in very underage girls. You won't like what you see. You won't like what you see. We've done a review on it. I didn't like it. It disgusted me, to be honest with you. I've done quite a few shorts on it as well. I thought that a lot, Louis, about Priscilla possibly already being pregnant. This would have pushed a marriage. It's the only thing that makes sense, Cherie. It's the only thing that makes sense why the marriage was so rushed. It was a rush marriage. Everyone agrees to that. It was a rush job. It's the only thing that adds up in my brain. He was, yeah, I agree. He was doing 2 to 3 movies a year. He was away a lot. He was away a lot. Also, she moved in at almost 18, and I personally can't hear her now on May the 24th, 1963, telling Elvis, I'm 18 now. My parents can't tell me what I can do. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Priscilla Presley once said it was more fun being the girlfriend than the wife. Well, yeah, don't forget that coincides with her being pregnant. Yeah. So she was never a wife that was not pregnant. She was a wife that was pregnant, that had a baby very quickly. So she never got to experience life with Elvis without a child. So I actually see that point. I actually see that point. And it's even hinted on the book From Here to the Great Unknown that she felt everything was different because she'd had a child with Elvis. Physically, as well as the point of just being with Elvis and having fun with Elvis. She felt having Lisa Marie changed all that. Michelle, I Googled the pregnancy planner. If she got pregnant on wedding night, the baby would have been due on the 31st January. Lisa weighed 6 pounds something, so not classed as premature. Yeah, I get it. She definitely may not have been. I get it, but the date a baby's born, come on, it differs a lot, yeah. You know, I've had 5 babies with my wife, yeah. One of them went over about 6 weeks. The other one was very early, so maybe they suspected that she might be pregnant, which would explain the wedding having to go ahead. There we are, Michelle, that's a good answer. It could have been a fake pregnancy, yeah. It could have been Priscilla saying she was pregnant when she wasn't. Yeah. Possible, but not for your own pregnancy planner, unless she was weeks premature, but apparently not, as you pointed out. We don't really know, do we? We don't really know. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. It's just speculation. Let's just read your comments. Right. So, Linda, I'm going to have to wrap this up. So we're going to have to carry on. I'm going to take a picture of where we are. And we're going to have to carry on as a part 2. I've got to go and walk the dogs. But, Linda, I am going to read all of this. I want to just finish up by reading your comments. And then I'm going to go and walk the dogs. I don't really want to go past 2 hours because I've got stuff to do, but it's okay. I'm finding it thoroughly interesting. Very, very interesting. I've got enough time to read these comments. Let's have a look. So we are. Elvis didn't move. Let's have a look. Let me just catch up with the comments. I thought that a lot, Louis, and possibly alleged being president, this would have pushed marriage. Just figured out a second before laugh at that. Diana, 3 movies. Yeah, let me just get. No, I'm just trying to catch up, guys. And she moved in at almost 18. I personally can hear now. Yeah, all right, we've read this. Come on, catch up, Louis, catch up. So, Michelle, my second was born on the due date. First was late. Third was early. Yeah, so there is movement, isn't there? She lived with Vernon until she herself moved into Graceland without Elvis' knowledge. And when he came home, she was complaining about living with Vernon. E said move her here and told E she had. Yeah, but come on. Come on. If she lived with Vernon, which we know that she did, she only lived with Vernon because it was obvious that she was then going to move in with Elvis. Surely. Yeah. Surely. Yeah. Come on. She's in America. She's in Graceland. She's in Memphis. Yeah. I think it was in Memphis. Anyway, I get confused with the houses because there's LA. I know there was different houses involved, so you get what, but you get my point, yeah? Then as they planned on getting married, they got married anyway. Cherie says, Misha had obviously manipulated her way into Elvis's life, so it wouldn't surprise me if she made out that she could be pregnant, even if she wasn't, to push marriage away. Now, you know, even with the manipulated into Elvis's life, I get that, you know. I understand from 1959, there was pressure from Priscilla, writing letters, sending records, Elvis would phone her, things like that. But there's no way that I'm going to take Elvis out of the scenario. Elvis liked her. He must have. Come on, guys. We have to admit that. We have to admit Elvis was taken by how beautiful she was. He did like her. There was a connection. When he met her in Germany in 1959, there was a connection there. I'm never going to, guys, I'm never going to go, nah, Elvis didn't like her. Elvis didn't love her. Priscilla forced herself to move in with Elvis. Elvis didn't like her at all, couldn't stand her. This was completely forced by Priscilla. That's just bullshit. I would never accept that. Now, do I think that Priscilla manipulated and oiled the wheel and pushed herself towards Elvis to move to America, to live with Elvis, to marry him, to have his child, to be around him? Yeah, definitely, 100%. But the reason she got away with that is because he did like her. Elvis did like her, even love her. Yeah, it isn't all one-sided, guys. That's not fair and not realistic. Unfortunately, you can't travel in time. Why would EP's eyes about his ex-wife? There is also planned on getting married and got away. Let's have a look. I think Joel knows that he can get Elvis fans to pay big to be near people who were near Elvis. Joel just wants money. Well, Joel wasn't all bad. I've read many good things about Joel. Let's have a look. Joe, sorry. Elvis, please. I was 12 weeks before I thought about my possibility of being pregnant with my first baby. That's interesting. J.D. Summers' interview tells a lot about Elvis and Priscilla. Also, what Elvis said to his cousin, Gene Smith, whom he was very close to. This was in 1976. I want to watch that. I may have watched it, but I want to watch it again. Thanks, Annie. It was totally socially accepted. You were an old maid if you weren't married by the time you were 18. It was different back then. Yes. And I remember it being like that even in the 80s, that if you got past a certain age, you were classed as being on the shelf. I remember that. Right, we're catching up, guys. Let's have a look. Linda, I'm going to do part 2. I think Linda's going. Linda, we're going to do part 2 when you're with us. I want you to be with us when we do this. I won't do part 2 unless you have joined us, because you wrote it, you sent it to me. You deserve that you're with us when we go through it. But I've really enjoyed it, Linda. Thank you very much for sending that to me. It's really, really interesting. Any of you guys want to send me stuff, whether it's by post or email, I do find it very interesting. Let's have a look. Priscilla was not going to graduate in Germany. She was failing. This is how Elvis fixed it for her to go to a private school in Memphis in order to graduate, and fixed it for her to live at Vernon's. Yeah, but are you insinuating that the only reason that she went to Memphis was to finish her graduation, because I don't accept that. No way. No way. I'm sorry. Look, I know that many of us here are anti-Priscilla, yeah? But I also want it to be something, an opinion that is believable. She moved to America to be with Elvis, and Elvis allowed her. That is fact. Not because she wanted to finish her education. I know that she finished her education I know that, but come on. We have to be careful. We're not too biased. We're trying to get a fair view of the truth from our point of view. Years, decades later, we weren't there. I agree, Louis, with you. Say about all the Kingsman video, he should not have agreed with them. Yeah. Thank you, Annie. Being pregnant isn't the only reason to rush into a marriage. There could have been other factors like ultimatums, external pressure, or even genuine desire to marry. Yeah, true. Okay. So Jane, bye Jane. You take care, Jane. Good point, Elvis Police. Have a look. Hi, Karen. We've had an interesting live. It's been a couple of hours. We've been on here 2 hours. But I do have to go, which is why I'm trying to rush through these comments. A rock and a hard place I love of Priscilla Presley. Despite how we all see her now, she was also lovable and loved by Elvis. She's a human being. She's a human being. She's not a monster. I get what you're saying. I understand. Come on, she was a beautiful, sexy girl. We're not getting away from it. I'm sure she could be very sweet. But then why so many people, including his cook, that say he didn't want to get married? I've no doubt he loved Priscilla, but loving someone and wanting to get married are different. And don't forget, he wasn't ready to get married. Elvis did like women. He wasn't ready to get married. He felt he was too young and not ready. The lifestyle he lived wasn't suitable for marriage. We have to remember that. I don't doubt Elvis loved Priscilla, but in my opinion, I think he loved and changed, and it just became a friendship. Well, it was definitely a friendship once she'd been unfaithful. Yeah. Once he caught her being unfaithful, he saw her differently. Yeah. You don't look at a woman the same way again once she's had sex with another man just after the baby's born. He saw her differently. The friendship, I think, was very forced. It was a friendship on behalf of Lisa Marie. He had to be friends with Priscilla for Lisa Marie because he worshipped and adored his daughter, Lisa. So it was a weird friendship. Louis, yes, Elvis liked her and she was another person. Elvis had heard her sob stories and wanted to help. She just found out her father wasn't her father. Elvis had just lost his mother. Yeah, I agree. It's complicated. Okay, Linda, thank you. Okay, thank you, Linda. So we'll do it. We will do it tomorrow. Tomorrow then, yeah. We'll do it tomorrow, Linda. Actually, I might be going away tomorrow. We'll have to do it Monday. Linda, we'll do it Monday. Tomorrow I'm going to Bristol. I'm going to see my son in Bristol tomorrow. So I'm out all day tomorrow. So I'll try and do a live in the morning, early in the morning, but then I'll be out for the whole day tomorrow, guys. But thank you, Linda. Thank you so much. That is Priscilla's story. And you know, Elvis tried to help anyone, and especially a young girl who seemed to hate living in Germany and just learning about her father. Well, I don't think Elvis got with Priscilla because he wanted to help her. Come on, she was stunningly beautiful. They must have had a connection. They must have had a connection that Elvis couldn't let go of. I do agree that she pushed it. I do agree that she pushed it. Yeah. So, and she lured him in. I do believe that. Anyway, guys, we've had a brilliant live. We've been on for 2 hours and 4 minutes. 2 hours and 4 minutes. How does that happen? How am I able to talk for 2 hours? Unbelievable. Guys, if you've enjoyed what I do, get us a coffee, hit the YouTube coffee button, send us a thank you or a super thank you, whatever they call it. Please become a member. Please become a member. It's only 99 cents. You can cancel at any time. Please subscribe. Please like. I've had a brilliant time. I've really enjoyed just sitting here with you guys, drinking my tea and my coffee. It's been very relaxing. And to me, it isn't an effort. I just like chatting with you guys. I definitely do not want to offend anyone. So if I've disagreed with anyone, please don't take it personally. And if I don't want any of you to confuse things. I am an Elvis defender, Elvis, Lisa, and the bloodline. I am not a fan of Priscilla. I want to expose Priscilla for her wrongdoing, but I will not hate on her. But we will expose Priscilla's wrongdoing to defend Elvis, to defend Elvis's bloodline. Yep. So thanks, guys. We're out of here. Yeah, I'll play it on the I'll play it on the next one, SK. I told you I would forget. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. Seriously, thanks to everyone, all of you. I send you all love. Have a brilliant day. Have a great weekend. And I am going to do one more live today. I am doing one more live maybe in about an hour and a half, 2 hours, unless everything goes wrong. The kids may change that. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Please subscribe. Please like. Send us a coffee. Cheers, guys.